What's up, VC? This is Brad from H2Vinyl. This is a contest video for Andy at Andy's Vinyl Den. What's up, Andy? Congratulations, this is his 777 3 sevens contest. You're well beyond 800 now, and I'm a little late to this party. I think I'm gonna be able to squeak this video right into the deadline. Meant to do it much sooner, but things just got crazy in life. I'm still doing it. So anyway, the whole point of this is to make a mixtape. You remember these? You remember these mixtapes? Yeah, blank tapes you just recorded your own music on. Sometimes you gave it to friends. Other times, you just played it in a Walkman or in the car, because when I grew up, there weren't CD players in cars. There weren't iPods and CarPlay and all of that stuff. And oh, by the way, this is for you too, Andy. Thank you so much. I love this thing. Read it many times and love the story. So that's for you. Anyway, I'll send you a copy of that photo as well. Anyway, let's get into it. These are 10 songs from in the same genre, but by different artists. And so I chose electronic. I haven't made a top 10 list of electronic songs. This doesn't necessarily have to be a top 10, but these are songs that you would try to depict the genre for. And Bato is walking under the camera. Hey buddy, he's checking out the vinyl and the stuff. Hey buddy, those are my records. He's doing fine. Thanks everyone for praying. He had a little bit of health issues within this last week, but I think we're figuring it out and everything, so please keep praying for him. Anyway, we're gonna start off with one of my favorite groups. This is the first EP that I bought from them, and this is the Chemical Brothers. One thing I found is it's hard to pick one song by an artist that you love everything, and these are some of the guys that I love everything that they do. The last album was kind of weak, but anyway, this is the first single, or first EP that I got by them. I think I bought this the same day that I bought their first album. This is Loops of Fury. I have this on CD, but I think it's my sister's CD. But anyway, I have 2 copies of this on vinyl. This is my copy, original copy, that I bought in 96. Yeah, 96. I'll be playing the title track, Loops of Fury, and gonna do some needle drops? I don't know what you would call this. Anyway, tape hisses? I don't know. Here is that song by the Chemical Brothers, Loops of Fury. The next up is by another group that I liked a lot. I've liked a lot of their later stuff. Didn't really care for their first, I think, 2 albums, and then I think it was their third that they released in 97. That was Fat of the Land by The Prodigy. I will be playing their, when is this? This is 2000, and I was here in Orlando when they released this, so I think this is either 2004 or 2005. This is Always Outnumbered, Never Outgunned. This is a music on vinyl release. I may not necessarily be playing the most popular stuff by these artists, but these are songs that kind of maybe deeper cuts that really do stand out. So if you know these groups, you may not know these songs. And the song that I'll be playing is Medusa's Path on this album. This is a great album. Yeah, so here is Medusa's Path by The Prodigy. Third up is another one. It's funny that the first three groups I learned from one video game. I've shown this video game before. That's Wipeout Excel, also known as Wipeout 2097, and a lot of these. Actually, I learned about a lot of these groups from that video game, and I'll actually show one off of that album, but. This is Future Sound of London. This is their, I guess you would call this a maxi single. And this is We Have Explosive. Probably one of their best known works. They also are well known for Papua New Guinea, which was before We Have Explosive. I want to say that I'm going to play the original version of this. There's 5 different versions of this on this maxi single, but I may play part 5. There's a distinct sound of the video game Wipeout, and it has like a tiger roar and everything like that, and explosions and everything. And so that's probably the clip that I'm going to play for you. So I'll have all of that information in the title. But here is We Have Explosive by Future Sound of London. Have almost half and half. Half of this stuff is on vinyl, half of this stuff is on CD. I'm really glad you allow for CDs in this one. I'd be hard pressed. I mean, I have a ton of stuff on vinyl in the electronic realm, but I wouldn't necessarily want to put it on a mixtape for someone. So anyway, this is Sasha Involver. Do you guys remember when CDs came in this kind of weird packaging? Man, I can't stand this stuff. So, yeah, it's all bent out of shape. That's crazy. Involver by Sasha. He has, I think, 3 of these. So, Involver 1, Involver 2, and Involver 3. This is his first. And I will be playing the first track off of this, which is a remix that he did of a Grand National song called Talks Amongst Yourselves. It's a 8 or 9 minute song, so I'll play a portion of that for you. A wonderful song. It's more laid back. I kind of try to edit this list to give breaks from the crazy sound. So this is one of the slower ones, and just kind of a chill electronic beat. And so here is Talks Amongst Yourselves by the group Grand National, and this is the Sasha remix. is from a US electronic group called The Crystal Method. This is their second album, Tweakin', released in 2001? Yeah, July 2001. Great songs on this. You have Name of the Game and Murder, which were big hits for them. I really I love the singles on this, but this entire album is incredible. And I'll be playing the first track, which is PhD. This is a really cool instrumental track. I think it would go nicely after that last song, and pick it up a little bit to kind of move everything forward. So here is PhD by The Crystal Method. The sixth album is a drum and bass group from Australia, and that is Pendulum. I've mentioned Pendulum before, mainly on my Most Wanted vinyl for 2018. Their third album, I would like. This is their second album, which was, I think, released in 2008. I'll be playing the first one on the list, Showdown. Showdown. This cover, I love this cover. If you look at it, it kind of reminds you of, at least kind of reminds me of 2001: Space Odyssey, the eye of the computer, and then you've got. Let me see if I can move the light here. You've got focus. Little space baby in the center there, that's kind of cool. And then the CD looks really awesome too. It's black, but it has that same kind of etching, but it's all in black, so that's really awesome. I picked Showdown just because, well, not just because, it's a really great song, but it reminds me of another one of my favorite video games. It's all tied to video games this trip around. But Mega Man 2, one of my favorite video games. The chord progression. Here's the chord progression. That chord progression is found within that song. I'll try and play that in the clip. So anyway, that progression in the music just reminds me of one of my favorite video games. And so here is Showdown by Pendulum. Number 7 is from a group that I learned about from a friend who lives in Tampa. We, at the time, were living in Kentucky at the time. But this is BT. This is, oh gosh, second album? Third album? I don't know. I shoot from the hip when it comes to these videos. Movement and Still Life is the album that I'll be playing from. And I was going to play one song, Smart Bomb. Smart Bomb is a really cool song, but I switched it up at the last minute. I'm gonna choose Never Gonna Come Back Down, and it's got, gosh, I forget his name, the lead singer of Soul Coughing, doing I don't know, rapping over it. I'm not, the scatting, I'm not really sure. It's not really singing. But anyway, here is Never Come Back Down by BT and the lead singer of Soul Coughing.
Arenas like a boom to the watch this non. City on dawn to the dawn, dawn, diggy dawn. Arenas like a boom to the watch this non. City on dawn to the dawn, 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 diggy dawn. Now in the fire of yours alive, but she's never gonna come back down. Now the hot song on fire, but she's never gonna come back down.
Number 8, how could I mention electronic without mentioning Daft Punk? But you might think that I'm picking something from Discovery or Random Access Memory. I'm not. I'm picking something from Wipeout 2097. And this is the only copy I've been able to find of this song, and that is Music by Daft Punk. Music spelt with a Q-U-E at the end. Here is Music by Daft Punk. Okay, we're down to 2 left, and number 9 is from a electronic artist that has been dubbed one of the best EDM musicians out there, and that is deadmau5. This is probably his not his most popular album. This is While One Is Less Than Two. I think that's how it's read. And if you want to see the reverse of that, that's kind of what it looks like. Hey, that looks pretty good there. There we go. This is a monster of a album. It comes out on 2 discs and has 25 songs. And yeah, so I will be playing the last song on disc 2, and that's Sia. I'm not going to pronounce the woman's name, featuring Colleen. Not going to pronounce her last name. Yeah, I really enjoyed deadmau5's work. This whole album is pretty good. I really wished I would have purchased this on vinyl. It's creeping up there. It's definitely in the triple digits now. I think the album on vinyl was like $50 when I saw it, and I didn't want to pay that. But yeah, so here is that song Sia by deadmau5.
Don't wake me up, I'm winning wars inside my head. And maybe I'm weak, but not beneath the covers of this bed.
Alright, the last song on the mixtape is from a glitch electronic group, and that is the Glitch Mob. This is definitely the first thing I heard from them, but I think I downloaded it on iTunes. I heard it, I was actually intrigued by the cover. You have 2 kids looking at over a canyon at either a dragon or a serpent or something, and I just thought that was really cool. And then when I found it on vinyl, I had to pick it up. This is a 10-inch, so it wasn't overly expensive. The back of this, I never saw the back before, but that's also very interesting. You've got a guy with a flashlight of some beam of light coming out of his forehead while he's got a camera and everything. That's kind of weird. The song, this is I think their first release, and this is an EP called We Can Make the World Stop. And the song is kind of weird and quirky and eerie as well, but also beautiful. And I think this would be a great, just kind of a chill, like bass thumping in your car while you're listening to it on, you know, maybe a driving home from work or from a, you know, a road trip or something like that, or even if you're out doing errands with your Walkman or something. So here is We Can Make the World Stop by the Glitch Mob. Well, Andy, that is my mixtape. Again, some of those songs are a little off the beaten path. Maybe not the popular ones, but I still think that they would make a great mixtape. And I hope you enjoyed the needle drops or the tape hisses. I'm not really sure what to call them. And congratulations on 777 subs. You're well beyond that now, as you should be. Most of all, thank you for your friendship. Thank you for praying for Bato. Please keep it up. Man, I think it was a little over a year that I met you through the VC, and I consider you a really good friend. We have some of the same we have some of the same bands that we listen to, like Mars Volta and Coheed and Cambria. I was listening to Mars Volta just today, Deloused in the Comatorium, and man, I love that album. I used to not like that album, just like I used to not like Francis the Mute, but they all have grown on me, and yeah, so anyway, hope you're doing well, man. Hope your contest is doing well, and it's almost over, but I hope that 5 to 10 more just kind of squeak in their videos just like I have. So anyway, hope everyone's doing well, listening to great vinyl and great new mixtapes. Take care all. Talk to you next time.